Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And today we're going to talk about boobs.
How dare you?
Boobs on an armor, fem armor, Mandalorian armor. Everybody's upset about the boobs.
That's right. Well, not everybody's upset. Actually, most people are calling it out and saying it's the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, it is. We're going to talk about boob armor and the Mandalorian. Sparking some completely unnecessary controversy from Anita Sarkeesian, of all people, right? So that started. And then we'll maybe touch base on the Gina Carano situation.
Oh, yes, because now they're trying to cancel her.
Again.
Because,
you know. This like the fifth or sixth
I don't know. They think they have power. It's funny. So anyway.
Before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We're over 150,000 subs. We are hoping for 200,000 subs.
Woo!
And then I can afford to buy Geeky some boob armor of her own.
I don't know if they make it that big. Anyway.
That's why we need 200,000 subs.
That's right.
So if you guys hear a little noise in the background, there is a major storm front moving through, and
it's shaking the studio, making some noise.
The whole building is being shook. Did not expect that.
So it was a dark and stormy afternoon. There it goes. We're talking about boobs.
That's Geeky's rage.
That's right.
It's building.
I summoned the storm.
So you put the story up on piratesandprincesses.net, and you kind of compiled the drama. So
I picked some of the tweets. I mean, there's a lot of tweets. Actually, most of the people are calling out how stupid this is. A couple of people are, of course, agreeing and being like, but most people are like, this is dumb. So go ahead.
Well, okay. So as I understand it, you're gonna have to walk me through this. Anita Sarkeesian puts out a single image. Lady Mandalorians have boob armor. Oh, come on, seriously?
Right, because, that's bad. Women are just supposed to, somehow take their boobs, shove them inside their body, and then wear a man's Mandalorian outfit because we can't have, room for boobs. Here's the funny thing. As somebody who has giant boobs, it hurts when you smash them. If you had to wear if I had to wear a male chest plate, it'd be like having a perpetual mammogram. I would not want to do it.
This armor will be perfect if it's a woman.
That's
The Womandalorians. These are the Womandalorians.
So anyway, then this one person's like, she never said the boob plate was bad. What, the Mandalorian boob armor? Oh, come on, seriously. That does imply that she thinks it's bad. Now, a lot of people were quick to point out that, if you are a girl and you have boobs, you need a place to put them.
Yes. We're going to talk about that because boob armor controversy has been a thing for many years now, especially in gaming circles, because, it traditionally, especially in fantasy RPGs and that sort of thing, you got the guys with the full armor, and then you've got women basically wearing chainmail foam.
I bring that up at the bottom. And it's funny because they go on about that. Had they put them in a bikini, that'd be problematic. Had they not given them boob areas, then it would be like, why are you trying to make women look like men? There's always an issue to get pissed about.
Never enough. It's never enough.
Last week was Baby Yoda and the eggs.
Yes.
And this week it's boob armor. So next week it'll be something else.
And every week is Gina Carano week.
They're pissed at her every week.
Every week.
So people point out some legitimate things, like, it's the same armor that she wore in the show.
Yeah, if you actually were interested in the show, you would know this. And actually, we haven't watched the season yet. We haven't had enough give a shit.
People say this episode's really good. I haven't got to see it.
But Katie Sackhoff's character returns from the Clone Wars cartoon.
And I don't think, a lot of people pointed out, well, why does their face armor look so girly? Well, maybe that's just the way they do it. If it was mine, you'd know it was me because it'd be glittered and blinged out. But here, as a big boob woman, me as well, Courtney, I would want my boobs shaped out in the armor. Having them smashed down for the sake of not looking sexy is ridiculous.
I don't think they didn't tart up these Mandos. These Mandos don't look like
they look like they're serious Mandalorians.
Functional. Anita, I hope you're sitting down because I have something very important and perhaps shocking to tell you women have boobs.
Right. People point out that a body armor, they're trying to make it more practical for women. Other persons in the military saying he was deployed with women and they would have loved to have armor that fit them better because it was painful. Another guy said if I had to wear armor in the crotch area as a man that didn't allow for me to have room for certain areas of my anatomy, I didn't put that one on here. I wouldn't want that. I would complain until they made adjustments.
Yeah. So, this was interesting. Katie Sackhoff reprising her role from the Clone Wars cartoon, and she looks pretty much the same. They had boobs before. That's what people were talking about. They're like, did you not watch the? Well, of course you did. Of course you didn't, Anita. You didn't do, but I don't get it. What's wrong?
They're looking for anything to complain about. The one person they posted this, they said, oh, it's going to be 10 minutes. It's going to be like all these reactionary people doing 10-minute videos about it. Because it's stupid. Challenge accepted. And I hope you have some constructive criticism. My constructive criticism is to stop looking for sexism where it doesn't exist.
Yeah, here you go. Someone who's been deployed in combat with women who also wear the same body armor as those women, real body armor. I can tell you they would have loved to have had something that conforms to their body shape.
Yeah, get over it because it would hurt. And then here's a piece of history. And that one has nipples.
Whoa!
In case you didn't notice it was a woman.
Just like Batman. Batman's back.
Right. And people brought that up. I said all these superhero characters, women and men have it. Yeah. And then I said, and they would have hadn't gotten mad because they're mad about this. Yeah. Which is hilarious because it's true. That somehow they miraculously hit every part of their body that's armored, and they give them things like that. So they give them something that makes more sense. And this one person who always goes out looking for controversy is pissed about that.
So the Mary Sue and some other outlets, but mostly outlets like the Mary Sue, have been having conversations about the boob armor controversy in games for years. Of course, Anita Sarkeesian, being who she is going to dredge this up.
You think she would have thought it was a good move?
You would think.
Because I guarantee if you probably look, I don't know her, but I mean, if you look back, she probably complained about how women are portrayed in games and how they always dress them in like ridiculous bikinis, metal bikinis and things. Right.
And, here we had multiple articles actually conflicting with one another on the Mary Sue.
Well, one was a year before. And then one was 2013. And they all are irrelevant now because it's 2020. And as of 2015, all rules were changed.
So, yeah. So basically, you're supposed to have gender neutral armor, even if you have boobs. But I'm sure if you presented them with the option of having plus-sized armor for a plus-sized person, that they would be totally okay with that.
Oh, I'm sure.
It wouldn't be fair.
Right.
So how's it fair if you're a little top-heavy that you don't have armor that allows
Right. Because you have to adjust. You have to be accepting of all body types. Unless you have boobs. And then if you have boobs, because you know how these cartoon shows, they keep making these women heavy with no chest.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, as a woman who's heavy, and I know a lot of women who are heavy, usually, not always, but usually if you're heavier, you get it in the boobs.
So this was their argument, right? They're talking about how it would get you killed to have boob armor. They said if you were struck by a bludgeoning weapon like a hammer or a maul, the metal separating the breast could be pushed into her chest, possibly even breaking the breastbone and damaging her organs. Where are her organs? On the ground. Said it's a literal death trap. You're wearing armor that acts as a perpetual spear directed at some of your most vulnerable body parts. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about...
This is more like a armor plate, not a breastplate.
Not like a metal bikini.
Yes, difference.
This is a freaking stupid argument. But then again, the Mary Sue, this is going totally different time, 2012. They said, look, this is the best example that we found of female armor. That's right. Coming from Diablo 3, in my eyes, this is damn near perfect. I can tell these two are from the same culture and they perform similar tasks. Some of the style differences inspired by gender, but it feels realistic and appropriate.
I still think it's too exposed, in my opinion, but whatever. But she's a ginger, so we'll allow it.
Well, that was 2012. She's not allowed
now
anymore.
She would not even be, she'd be race bent. Anyway, so they're all mad. So, Anita Sarkeesian's mad about this, about the armor in the Mandalorian, because it doesn't even, it's not even that pronounced. I mean, it's just like a little bit of an extra, because remember, Mandalorians have their armor customized to themselves. Yeah. It's very little pronunciation there. She barely has anything to worry about. I wish mine were that little. Anyway, so they get mad about that. I don't even have words for them. I mean, most people were like calling this out because it's clearly a call for attention.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, it's whatever the outrage of the week is. And I have to wonder if there isn't something more going on now, because it does seem like this season that a lot of Twitter and media outlets are turning against the Mandalorian. And I think there's more to it than just
probably
this example right here.
Okay, go ahead.
This is what I think the real issue is for a lot of people. Because, remember how they were holding Cara Dune up to be a fantastic female character.
Right. If you said anything about her, you were bad, even though most Star Wars fans loved her.
Yeah. And she was infinitely superior to characters like Rey, because this character actually had a backstory. She was actually badass.
She actually had losses to make her who she was, etc., etc.
She didn't just get everything handed to her. Han's ship, Luke's lightsaber, Han's pet dog.
Luke's name.
Yeah, right. So anyway, now because of Gina Carano saying things on Twitter that Twitter doesn't like.
She doesn't even have to say anything. She just likes tweets and they're mad about it.
Yeah, so she's kind of going all in now. I got to tell you, some of her stuff lately, she's just trolling people. But there are multiple outlets calling for her to be replaced by the Frog Lady. Now, last week's outrage was the Frog Lady's eggs got eaten by Baby Yoda. And Baby Yoda was a bastard because of it. But now everybody's like, you know what? You know who doesn't make all these political things? The Frog Lady. She doesn't even really talk.
Right, because she's, not real.
So they're calling for Gina Carano to be replaced by the Frog Lady. She might not have anything better to do. This
is how ridiculously stupid we've gotten. Meanwhile, you have Pedro Pascal basically saying anybody who put up an image, a meme that was kind of equating MAGA hats and Trump voters to the Nazis and the Confederates, and that was okay. But Gina Carano liking tweets that they don't agree with is terrible. But I do think she goes too far sometimes. I'm going to be fair. I think she does.
I think she's trolling at this point because she probably figures, what the hell?
Yeah.
I think the mandate from these companies, just in general, because, again, I got to wonder, what does she talk about with Pedro Pascal? Obviously, they've had conversations about politics.
Well, they seem to have gotten along until now. I don't,
Most of the country has gotten along until now.
Right.
But she is, kind of trolling people right now. So I got to wonder if, these companies won't just get to a point where they're like, you know what, guys, let's not talk about politics, because it doesn't matter what position you take, you're going to piss off the other side.
Well, I'm just wondering how this is going to work, because with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, even though they both have a bunch of bad stuff against them, Amber Heard gets to keep her job and Johnny Depp doesn't because he's a guy. So is this going to work this way, or is her seeming to be more conservative going to work? Is that enough to undo her being a woman?
Oh,
will the boobs count or not?
That's a good. Does she get bonus points for boobs? Will they not cancel her because she's a woman?
Because she already has that against her. Because she apparently she leans more conservative. Now she's out there. In my opinion, I think sometimes she is out there trolling, and I don't think that's a good look, no matter who it is, whether it be her or Pedro Pascal or whoever. I don't think that's I think that's not smart.
For your career. Yeah.
Right. Career-wise.
I think celebrities, especially in this climate, personal opinion, I think you need to get the hell off of Twitter.
I agree.
You're allowed to have your political opinions. Even, Pedro Pascal, he's allowed to say whatever the hell he wants to say. Don't have to agree with it. It's not good for business, but he can say what he wants to say.
But so can she.
So can she. And maybe that's the point. So here's the thing, again, if I were in charge, and I'm never in charge of anything, but if I were in charge, I'd kind of be like, guys, promote the show. You can like tweets, whatever, but could you not go so hard in the paint on the politics either way? Because, realize that you take a position, the other half immediately hates it, and that's going to affect our ratings and our business and your job and all of this stuff.
If you don't want to be in the position where you can't speak, then don't be on these shows.
Right, and don't be on Twitter all the damn time. I mean,
right.
Honestly, I'd be like, yeah, you can tweet about promoting the show. You can, put occasional opinions up or whatever, but we don't as a representative of the company, please do not go out there.
Right, and Pedro Pascal's doing the same thing. He was putting like laughing stuff up and everything. But it's just I don't know if it's a smart idea. But anyway, now they're trying. Now he's not being canceled because he agrees with Twitter's, far extremists. She, however, does not or doesn't seem to the level they would like her to. So now we have to cancel her because how very dare she?
I think you're right, though. I mean, to be completely honest, if she were a guy, she'd probably be fired by now. Mm-hmm. Or they would write her off. Maybe she's already. I
know they would fire her, but they would go a lot harder at her trying to get her canceled because she's a guy.
Yeah, I think that's.
They didn't fire Chris Pratt either, but he didn't say anything. He did nothing to warrant any of it.
See, her boobs are protecting her from Twitter,
like armor.
Like armor.
But I mean, I just think, honestly, I know where she's coming from. You get picked on and harassed enough and being told that you're a bad person for simple things like not putting pronouns in your bio. You do get a little annoyed and you start like being, and what's that? Like I put up, I have no more fucks to give. Sorry, Mom. And you're just like, don't care.
Yeah, had no fucks to give.
I know, I have that song in my head now. So anyway, it's just, that's what I have to wonder. But next week it'll be something else, though. I mean, we had the Baby Yoda eggs, and we had the female Mandalorian boobs, and next week Twitter will find something else to be pissed about.
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? It's never ending. And I think, again, I think she knows what she's doing. She's trolling people. But if you don't want to be a target, then you got to kind of like just not get on social media.
Well, she wasn't even doing anything initially to cause the issue.
No, she was actually
mad at her because they didn't have. What started this whole thing was because someone was going after her for not having pronouns in her bio. That's what started all of it. And then she was like, "What?" And then they started all piling on her and bullying her and being rude to her. And then she's just like, "Whatever, I don't care."
Well, that's just it. Yeah. After that, she's like, "Fine, gloves are off." I mean, she's an MMA fighter. She's gonna be like, "Screw this! I am not playing this game with you guys." So, I don't know. But it does seem like the media, it does seem like Twitter personalities for various reasons are gunning pretty hard for The Mandalorian this year. And speaking of no fucks to give, I haven't even had enough to watch it.
Yeah, I need to do it.
Honest.
It's mostly because we're so busy and we don't have time. And if I give it a choice, I'd pick K-drama anymore because I'm just so tired of what Disney did to Star Wars and politics.
Yeah. And
I hate pork, so...
Yeah.
The Ewoks were in it, though. I would totally watch it.
Funny story, you got a free pork.
I did. Yay! Of all the things, could they have sent me an Ewok? No. They sent me a pork. What happened was I had ordered the Minnie Mouse, the Man Attraction Haunted Mansion ears from Shop Disney. And Shop Disney, in their normal, we keep screwing everything up way, sent me a box. And I was so excited because these are really hard to get. And inside the box was not my ears, but a porg and a pin. A Christmas porg.
It was a Christmas porg.
And our daughter has happily taken the pork because they told us to keep it. And they're supposedly sending me my ears. They better be my ears next time. Because I've been going around with Shop Disney about this, and I'm not going to... And if it isn't my ears, there's going to be an article. That's all I got to say.
It's going to be a box full of Rose Tico action figures.
That's right.
And Christmas attire. It's going to be Christmas Rose.
There you go.
Yeah, the Christmas Rose. That should be a new Disney Plus Christmas special. The Christmas Rose.
Well, no, she's going to be in the Lego one, though, so.
Okay. Well, it's basically the same thing. All right, so we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. May the boobs be with you.
May the boobs be with you. Bye.
Always.